For the zucchini sticks, I add a lot of bright citrus flavor. I serve it with just lemon wedges and with a little side of tomato basil sauce. When you're cooking with zucchini, you want to buy zucchini that's very firm. The ends should not be discolored, and it should be heavy. It should feel dense. If you're making zucchini sticks out of a larger zucchini, I always buy the smallest I can. Even the little baby ones are fine and perfect for frying. You just have them. But if you're working with a large zucchini or you have a big garden and they grow like weeds, they grow like overnight, they go from this big to this big, scrape out all the seeds in the center and make the sticks just out of the firm flesh. Moisture is not your friend when you're breading anything. So I cut them into like size shapes and sizes, right? And then we set up our standard breading operation here. Flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. I always season the breadcrumbs themselves. For the zucchini sticks, I add a lot of bright citrus flavor with some lemon zest. When you're zesting anything, you're just taking the color off. Don't go down into the white pith. The flavor and the essential oils is in the colored part of your citrus fruit. We're going to reserve the lemon itself and cut it into wedges. I serve this two ways. I serve it with just lemon wedges, delicious, and with a little side of tomato basil sauce. For the breadcrumbs, though, I want to finish seasoning them with you so you know what we did. A copious amount. Like if I've got 2 cups of breadcrumbs, I add 1 loose cup of Parmigiano Reggiano, so a little Parm cheese. Helps with a deep golden color and of course adds salt to this layer. I'm gonna add salt and pepper to the eggs and the flour as well. When you're cooking, you have to season every layer. We're then gonna add fennel pollen or fennel seed or both. Nice sprinkle of fennel to our mixture. For heat, a little crushed red pepper, bell pepperoncini, granulated onion and granulated garlic. So now we have all of that flavor packed into these crumbs. Fat sprinkle of salt, a little pepper, and now we're ready to go right on down the line. For the sauce, I've got some that's been cooking away over here. It's gonna reduce for about 30 minutes. There's nothing in tomato basil sauce. Stop buying it in a jar and overpaying for it. It's olive oil and a little butter, some crushed garlic, canned tomatoes, sprinkle of salt. You're done. A couple of leaves of torn basil. So simple, simple, simple tomato basil sauce. I'm gonna fill my dish with it. When it comes to the oil, I just cook it in a big old metal pot, a frying pot, is what we call it in my family. Here's some all cooked up for you guys. That's the way we present it, with the lemon, piled up sticks, and the tomato basil sauce on the side. For the oil, you want a few inches deep, so it's gonna take you about 2.5 to 3 quarts of oil. If you're using a Dutch oven or a big cast iron deep frying pan or a fry pot, you must keep it at least 2 inches below the top of the pot. Otherwise, if you overfill the fryer by accident, you're gonna end up with a huge mess and the oil's gonna go everywhere all over your stove. So I like to put them through the breading procedure and then put them on a rack. See how I have a wire rack inside a baking sheet? If I'm not gonna cook these immediately, I'll put them in the fridge and keep them nice and cold for up to an hour. Don't bread more than that ahead. They'll get soggy, they'll sog out. Don't overcrowd when you fry anything. So we're gonna put a few pieces in here at a time. You could use those tabletop, the tabletop fryers as well. Those are terrific. I love those too. This is even easier though, I think. And the oil, you heat it to between medium and medium high. Right in the middle there is where you want to be. It's about 350 degrees. This is called a spider, and it's what I fish the zucchini out with. So that's our first course.